Hey guys, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the Videolicious app to edit a news story. I'm attaching the script for the story that I'm going to be working on. And before we move on, let me explain a couple things and the setup for this project. So if we are looking at putting together a news story, you will need three components. You will need the cover shots right there, and you would need an interview, and I have two sound bites from Haley there. And for this story, which has a reporter, you will need a reporter on camera at the beginning, and then this is the reporter at the end, and then you have four voiceover tracks. These are four tracks that I recorded. The first one is 30 Girls Learn Computer Coding in Fayetteville Today. And obviously I messed up a lot, but what I was able to do is anytime I mess up, I was able to trim these voiceover tracks. And visuals don't matter because we're only going to use the audio from these shots. But what matters is the audio. So I went back and I trimmed all my sound bites, which are with Haley there. I trimmed it to be precise with a clean beginning and clean ending for each soundbite. I did the same for my reporter stand-up, and I did the same for my voiceover tracks, which I recorded using the camera's phone's camera mode, video camera mode. So these are all my assets that I'm going to be working with to produce the story. Now to the editing. So the Videolicious app. Why Videolicious? Videolicious, if you learn or figure out the right workflow, it's gonna make editing a breeze and it's gonna go really fast. And this tutorial, I'm gonna try to show you my method of editing. Obviously, you could take all these files and put it in like Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro to take time to edit it, but this application is designed to be simple and to be kept simple. So that's why we're not going to be able to do a whole lot of fine-tuning, but what we're going to be able to do is to edit this on the go in a short amount of time. So here we go. So the new video, step number one. Step number one, we are going to pick our cover shots. And cover shots that I shared with you and I'm showing here are all different kinds of sizes and length. So I'm gonna just go ahead and try to avoid any jump cuts, and I'm gonna go between like wide angle shot, and then I'm gonna go with a close-up shot and another medium shot, wide angle shot, and then close-up shot. And I'm basically telling Videolicious the clips that I'd like to use in the story and the order of these clips. This is a 1.5-minute story, so I'm gonna probably use most of these shots, and I just picked 18 just to be safe. And I'm not touching the sound bites, or I'm not touching anything that has to do with voice. So now I'm gonna save. These are all cover shots. Now step number two is the part that confuses a lot of people with the way it is set up. So here is my method to work with it. So now we're gonna pick our sound bites, but we are going to pick them in the order it appears on the script. And here you can see my camera there that is recording this tutorial. We are going to ignore it and just go ahead and use the media that we recorded already. So right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick these sound bites and these clips and these voiceover tracks in the order that they appear on my script. So according to my script, my story starts with the reporter stand-up, which is this, the first one there. And then we are going to hear my first voiceover track right there. So, and then according to my script, we need to see or hear voiceover track number 2, 100 Goals of Code is a national movement to promote science. Okay, so I'm following my script. The fourth item on my script is the first soundbite by Videolicious, and she says, if you start young, so this is the longer one, and that's the one that comes first. And then I'm going back to my voiceover track, which is professional trainers use interactive games and all that. So, and after that, we're going back to my soundbite number 2, according to the script, which is even one or two of these girls who come through out of hundreds a year. So this is the second soundbite by Haley. And then I'm going to go back to my last voiceover track, which is by volunteering, this one right there. By volunteering, professional coders hope to address the current challenges of diversity in STEM fields. So this is the last voiceover track. And after that, obviously, we need to wrap this whole thing with my reporter stand-up sign out, where I say, reporting for UATV, I'm Haya Tuchev. So I got them all in the right order. Now I'm going to say save. And at this point, we're ready to edit the story on the go. So this is the tricky part, because anything, and pay attention, I'm going to try to edit this without any hiccups. Anything that has, and it's going to have a green rim around it, is the shot that will make it into the edit, will appear in our edit. So anywhere, the two options, either I tap on here or tap there. Anytime I see my stand-up or Videolicious, I'm going to tap around here. But anytime I see the voiceover track, I will just keep rotating these cover shots that we picked earlier. So now, if you click on this play button, it will edit. So I'm not going to talk right now so you guys can hear what is being said and follow it. I could explain what I did at the end. So let's go. Each year, high-tech companies hire more than 1 million specialists, with a staggering 90% gender gap, and one local nonprofit is working towards closing that gap. 30 girls learn computer coding in Fayetteville today. 100 Girls of Code is a national movement. So I'm allowing each clip to be shown for 3 to 4 seconds, maximum 5 seconds. So now Haley. So I'm going to tap on her. So now we're seeing Haley.
Spark her interest, get her excited about something.
When she's about to be done, I'm going to click away from it.
I know that when I
click away to the cover shots.
I love the experiments, and that's what led me to chemical engineering.
Professional trainers. So I clicked away from it before she was done. And now we are seeing more shots. So now we see Haley. Now if you click on it, now we're going to see her talking.
As a result of
before she's done, I'm going to click away from her. There you go. I barely made it. Now, this is my sign out. I'm going to tap on myself so we can see me again. And we're done. The edit is done. We are done editing. It's that easy if you prep and get everything ready. Before we listen to it, I just want to point out something else here. If you see this little speaker with a red cross thing, what it is, if you turn it on, all the sound that we heard in the background, kids like talking to each other, kids typing, working, the workshop, it will be still present in the background as an ambient sound, which we need. So turn it on so we can hear that. All right, so the story is done there. Now we're gonna go on and save that. So step number 3, do you wanna pick any song that goes along with it? So we're gonna skip that, no. And if you wanna edit or add anything, you can, I think you can add titles there somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So you can add titles, the subtitles, and add information there that goes along with your lower thirds. But once you're done, You are ready to save it to your camera roll. Each year, high-tech companies hire more than 1 million specialists, with a staggering 90% gender gap, and one local nonprofit is working towards closing that gap. 30 girls learn computer coding in Fayetteville today. 100 Girls of Code is a national movement to promote science and technology among young girls, and a local startup company organized this event.
If you start young, and we start with programs like this, all we need to do is spark a girl's imagination, spark her interest, get her excited about something, and it's really a fun field. I know that when I was in high school chemistry class, I loved the experiments, and that's what led me to chemical engineering.
Professional trainers use interactive games and Harry Potter-themed examples to explain computer programming. And by organizing this workshop, Startup Junkie hopes to inspire more girls to pursue future in tech field.
Even one or two of these girls who come through out of the 100 a year have that turning point as a result of the programs that we're putting on, then it's definitely worthwhile.
By volunteering, professional coders hope to address the current challenges of diversity in STEM fields. Startup Junkie is planning to organize 100 Girls of Code in Northwest Arkansas at least 4 times a year. Reporting for UATV, I'm Hayat Tuchiv.